You know, I've had about enough. You know what? I'm devoting all the news today to Tim Tebow because I can't take it anymore. Let me ask you something. I'm watching Skip Bayless, okay, who used to tell me that I was a blabbermouth when he was a writer. All of a sudden, he's on this First Take on whatever, the Eastern Seaboard Programming Network, saying, and deservedly so, screaming about Tim Tebow. Screaming and ranting and raving. You must have found out there's money in the electronic business, my friend. And then you got this guy, Stephen A. Smith. Now, every day I'm going to blog my top 5 haters. He wasn't on my list yesterday, and I'm going to Facebook it too. But I just heard this kid. Let me tell you something. There's no way in my God's green earth that a guy is going to be a first-string quarterback next year, no matter what happens this year. He actually had the stupidity to say that if he took him to the Super Bowl, his job would not be promised to him next year if he was coach. Well, you're a moron, Steven. Stick to basketball. Go with your buddy, Chris Broussard, and maybe you guys could divide the unnamed sources that you never have a source. Never have anybody that told you something straight up. Sources tell me. Sources tell Chris. Sources tell Skip. Are you guys crazy? Are you guys crazy? If Michael Vick was 7-1, brought his team back from 3 overtimes, Steven, would you be a hater? No. But you'd say he played quarterback in college like that. Well, Tebow played quarterback in Pee Wee, high school, college, and did more with his career already than Michael Vick's done. And by the way, he hasn't killed any dogs either. And you don't expect him to. Tim Tebow, if John Elway doesn't want to resign or want to keep Tim Tebow, let me tell both you morons this and anybody else that will listen, including Merrill Hodge, Ron Jaworski, and all you idiots over there at ESPN. Do you know how many takers there'll be for Tim Tebow next year? Go ahead. Put him on the trade block. You guys are saying you wouldn't keep him, but who would take him? You know who would take him? And I'll hear this on First Take because you steal half my crap anyway. I've had it up to here. There'll be 10, 12 teams, including the Chicago Bears, that will inquire, maybe more, on Tim Tebow. And what happens if Tim Tebow wins the MVP? What happens if they go to the Super Bowl? Are you telling me that if he won the MVP, that they'd get rid of him? If they go to the playoffs, they're going to get rid of him? How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? See, the problem is you can't debate me. You can call me, but I can't get on that show. Because if I got on that show, I'd bury you. And I don't have to look at the script. It's 7-1. What else do you have to say? What are we missing here? What other 7-1 guy would you say, well, I don't know if he's got a job next year? You guys are haters. It shows through. And Stephen A. Smith, let me tell you something. I like what you do, but you're in talk show hell. If they lose the next 4 games or 3 games or whatever they got, he's their quarterback starting next year anyway. There's too much money on the table. Something that you guys got to understand. He's second in marketing. He's got 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, is as smart as a whip, and gets the job done. Now, what about that are we not getting? What are we not getting, Stephen A. Smith? Tell me. I gots to know. I'm just doing an imitation. And by the way, imitation is the best form of flattery. You've calmed your act down until you start talking about Tebow. Then the hate just oozes out of you. You're a hater. Oh, the defense does this. The offensive line does this. Look at how good their receivers are. Those receivers that drop 6 balls, Steven, your Lucky Bayless is there. Because then you're with a writer. You get with a pro, I forgot you're a writer too. You don't have time to erase nothing with me. You don't have time to look at anything with me. Nothing. And they won't let you come out with me because I don't work at ESPN. I work at Fox. So, Steven, do the smart thing. Start naming who some of your sources are, because I've never heard you name a source. Maybe if I've just missed it. And start to get smart about the game of football. That's all I'm going to tell you. Now, the weather outside today, going to be absolutely beautiful. Little dark, little danky. That's beautiful to me. Check out everybody else. And remember, the 30-5, starting in after Christmas, I'll be on Mondays and Fridays with Steve Cochran twice a week, okay? And we will have Steve on with us on Tuesdays right here on north2north.com. He's a great guy. You'll love him. Okay? Brought to you by our guys at All Tough Industries. Have a great day. Flood Brothers Disposal and Recycling Services are professional waste haulers. Now, the Flood family is big on service. It's our #1 priority, and we offer extremely competitive pricing because the Flood family is here to help you in this tough economy. Remember, at Flood Brothers, we build relationships, and the only thing we're big on is service. Call us at 773-626-5800 or floodbrothersdisposal.com.